Hey guys, so I'm back. Another video, another day. This video is on my new, or it's not new, but my Kindle Fire. I downloaded an app and figured out how to use the video camera on this, and this is much better quality. So I'm pretty happy about that. And so for this video, I'm going to, I'm going to talk about myself. I see that one of my other videos is getting a fair amount of viewership. Not too much, but a decent amount, and I'm getting a few more subscribers, so I figured I'd take an opportunity to let you guys know who I am and how I became the person that I am today, I suppose. And some of it will be like kind of superficial stuff, but I hope to also share a little bit of deeper material, deeper content that has actually shaped me into the person that I am, so that you can get a sense for who you're watching each day and the type of person I am, if you choose to watch more of my videos in the future. I do plan on posting more videos in the future. I have some ideas, but yeah, I'll post those eventually. So let's start out. We'll start out in the present right now. I'm 25. I'll be 26 pretty soon, and I'm studying genetics. I'm in a PhD program studying genetics in Northern California. Hopefully have one more year with this program, studying populations of maize from Mexico. And yeah, you don't really need to know. Unless you want to, you can ask me in comments. But so I'm studying genetics, and I'm originally from just outside of Boston. I've been in California the past 4 years or so. I grew up in a suburb just outside of Boston, and did my schooling at UMass. Go UMass, UMass Amherst. Yeah, that's enough of the superficial stuff, I guess. Now let's go back to the earlier days that kind of shaped me into who I am as a person. So I was a fat kid. Let's just start out with that. I was a fat kid. Was fat from like age 7 or 8 until maybe age 14, and I didn't feel good about it at the time. I always felt like kind of down in the dumps. But once I hit high school, I decided to make a change. I joined the football team with the help of my brother, 2 years older than me, who was on the football team, and he kind of pushed me in that direction, but it was a good thing, really good thing. So I joined the football team, and then I did indoor and outdoor track. So I was doing sports year-round in high school. And so my freshman year in high school, when I was 14, I dropped all the baby fat, I guess, but it wasn't baby fat. It was like chubby kid fat. But I dropped all of that pretty much, and then really turned the corner and was like no longer a fat kid. And so after getting skinny, I never wanted to go back to being chubby. And anytime I became like a little bit overweight, I was pretty self-conscious about it. And so I would immediately get on some sort of or not really get on a diet, but just watch more what I was eating and make sure to always be at a healthy level, healthy weight. And it wasn't to the point of like an unhealthy complex of like, oh, I need to stay in really good shape. It was just like I didn't want to go back to being chubby. So, and that kind of mentality has stayed with me to this day. And over these past I would say 8 years or so, ever since I started college, I really started focusing on eating properly and figuring out a diet that works really well for me to maintain a healthy weight. And so over these last 8 years or so, my physique has actually steadily improving. And now even in high school when I dropped the fat, I still kind of looked like skinny fat, not necessarily athletic, just average. But now it's getting to the point where I don't know, I've been doing different dynamic stretching and things like that to improve my physique, and now I actually look somewhat athletic. And yeah, so that's how I got the mentality that I have today for eating well and experimenting with my body to figure out what works well and what's healthy for me. What I eat on a daily basis, I guess, if you're curious, just really quickly for this, I maintain a high fat, generally low carb diet. I don't eat any grains, more or less. Like, I'm not, if somebody makes like a slice of pizza and gives it to me, I will eat it. I'm not gonna be a douche like that, but I'll try to avoid it. If it's like within my own control, I'll avoid those foods, and I eat more high fats like fish, avocados, nuts, things of that nature. And some people might want to call this type of diet a paleo diet. I don't like that word. I think it's a stupid word because nobody in this day and age can really say that they're paleo, because even the fruits and vegetables that you're eating, those aren't what cavemen ate back in the day. Fruits and vegetables have been modified a ton in time through plant breeding. The strawberry that you're eating today isn't the strawberry that would have been eaten 10,000 years ago. So I just like to point out that I do not like to label myself as paleo. I don't like to label myself as anything. I don't like labels in general. Growing up, I always kind of felt like there are always people around you, especially like in middle school and high school. There are always people around you that want to like label you as like, I felt like I was labeled as like a shy kid. And it was really hard to break out of that mentality in middle school and high school. And it wasn't until I got to college where I started hanging around with people that didn't really know me, and it was like a totally clean slate, that I was no longer the shy kid. I was just like, I was Dave. And if they stuck around long enough, they would learn more about me. But yeah, I've never really liked labels. And for that reason, I don't like labeling other people. I don't like judging other people. Judgment is kind of stupid. And I think it's important to really try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes before you cast judgment, no matter what they've done. Like, no matter how bad you might view something that they've done, it's really important to just put yourself in their position. Try to put yourself in their position before you cast judgment, because I'm sure nobody likes being judged. So just think about it before you cast judgment. And that was a really deep tangent. Sorry, but yeah, I go on tangents sometimes. And so what else? I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. I'm the 4th born out of 5. And I feel like that's made me decently humble at this point. Growing up, if I ever did something that was like stupid or kind of like dickish, they would let me know immediately and tell me, like, Dave, cut the shit. Like, don't do that. That's not right. And so having siblings, especially older siblings, really helped me to become more humble. And I think that also made me more quiet, because like having older siblings always telling you like when you're doing something wrong, it really like checks you mentally. And so growing up, I was always more hesitant to speak my mind and share my thoughts, and that has carried over to now. But I like it. I think it's a good thing for me personally. I mean, to each his own, but I enjoy listening and observing as opposed to like jumping into the conversation right away. I do enjoy sharing my thoughts as well. If I have something to say, I will say it, but it's nice to be able to sit back and observe. And I'm definitely on the quieter side, more reserved side. But yeah, that's me. I think that's all that's needed, all that's necessary to share right now. This video is 10 minutes. That's long enough. if you want, I don't know, you don't need to comment on anything, but if you want, leave some comments and let me know what you think. And yeah, this video is really just to let you guys know who I am. And oh, one other thing, I really like playing basketball, and I like food, and I like I like watching comedies. I like reading fantasy novels, namely Song of Ice and Fire, better known as the Game of Thrones series, but the books. I'm a pretty big nerd, but I'm kind of low key about it. So if you see me walking around in the street, you won't necessarily think that I'm a nerd. But up in here, I have some pretty nerdy thoughts, and I'm pretty weird in certain respects. But I think everybody's weird in certain respects, and that's a good thing. And so yeah, that's me. I'll be back with more videos hopefully pretty soon, and I will talk to you guys then. Okay, happy Sunday. No, happy Saturday. It's only Saturday. We have another day of weekend. Anyway, okay, enjoy your weekend. Bye guys.